Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to vidIQ, and this is our weekly live stream. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com. Hello everybody, welcome back to vidIQ. If you are a regular visitor, we love our community. If you are new to vidIQ, we are the YouTube tool and channel that aims to help you get more views in less time by educating you on your YouTube channel. My name is Rob, and every week we guide you through your YouTube channels, give you tips, tricks and guides to help you grow your channel, get more views, more subscribers. But this live stream would not be complete with our resident YouTube expert, skateboarding nerd, old geek, the person who last week suggested to every single person that you should start a YouTube channel to sell planes, and if you sold one plane, that would set up your channel. Jeremy, I've not had any response feedback yet to that, yeah, do you still stand by your suggestion there?
I stand by everything I say.
Yes, hello, we're just joking here, of course. Welcome to vidIQ. We try and have as much fun as we can here every single week, and we want to welcome you. If you are new to this live stream, let us know where you are in the world this week, what time of day it is, and yeah, just generally how things are going on. So quick shout outs to people such as Angel Dominique, welcome back to vidIQ. Just Friendshit, I love that username, and you may be getting a channel audit in a few minutes time. Caleb TP, EX Irk, I think your name is. Sierra Renee, Carl Rot 420, Michael is also in the house. Your boy Sam. Who else have we got? Wow, loads of people joining the chat. Jeremy, help me out here. Shout outs. Who have we got?
Rock is very disappointed.
Why is that his username?
Saunders from England. We have Barbara Lynn. Gaming with Noah's from Germany.
Hello. Was somebody actually disappointed there then, Jeremy, or was that their username?
That's all I said. I'm disappointed.
You're disappointed.
Why.
We apologise that you're disappointed. 2 minutes into the live stream, we will endeavour to improve it as the live stream goes on. But yeah, do make sure you say hello to everybody in the community here. Just to give you a quick rundown of what we do here every single Tuesday is we pick up one YouTube topic that we talk about, give you a bit of help in general guidance, and then we go into auditing your channels. And this is where the real excitement here is. If you want your channel audited this week or in the future, we have a link in the video description. It allows you to fill out a Google form, and we purge that every single week. So make sure you fill it out every single week if you keep repeating the live stream. And we add new channels every single week to try and audit them and get through as many as possible. So we don't want to waste too much time on the introduction, but just to let you know what goes on here at vidIQ. Super chats are very welcome, but that doesn't influence whether or not to audit your channel. And if your channel has any inappropriate content, that may force us, unfortunately, not to audit your channel. But yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at very soon. But Jeremy, first of all, I wanted to lead this week's topic and just give people general advice. And what do you think we're going to talk about this week? Because I can't remember if I told you in our discussion before the live stream, we do plan these well in advance.
I have no idea.
All right, so Jeremy has no idea. It's going to be a surprise to him. But what we are talking about this week is channel fundamentals. So this is something that's going to help all of you. If you don't get your personal channel audited today, you can still look at your channel and say, where can I improve things? So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to share my screen with Jeremy just yet because he's fully aware of what we see on the vidIQ channel. But I'm going to use the vidIQ channel as an example of channel fundamentals. The first channel fundamental, Jeremy, I'm going to let you guess here, but what do you think the first channel fundamental would be when building your channel? What do you think you probably target first?
Probably your focus, like understanding what your channel is about.
That wasn't what I was going to say, but it does tie into channel banner. The channel banner is the first thing that you should be looking at when you're building out your actual channel. But like Jeremy says, one of the things that you can include in your channel banner is your focus, because this is what people are going to first see on your channel to understand what it's about. And when we look at your channels, what we're trying to do is, as new visitors to your channel, is to understand straight away what your channel's about, and having a unique channel banner with graphics, value propositions such as the one we have here, vidIQ, YouTube certified, so you know it's something to do with video creation, and then the key value proposition, educating your YouTube journey, so you already know that there's something about YouTube guides, tips and tricks. All right, Jeremy, what do you think would be number 2 on channel fundamentals?
You know what? I'm doing bad. I'm gonna just get them all wrong. Thumbnails?
You would be wrong, sir. The next thing I would be looking at with your channel fundamentals is an introduction type of video. Now, this might be a channel trailer, or it could be your best performing video that converts into subscribers. So it's not showing here on the screen at the moment, but if you're a new visitor to vidIQ, you would see a video about how to get 4,000 hours of watch time. And that's our best converting video in terms of subscribers. Or you could have a channel trailer to introduce your channel, whatever you think's most comfortable for you. Another thing you might want to do is have a playlist that introduces your audience to your content. So we have one here which is new to vidIQ. Here's what we do here. We have a getting started guide, all of the tools that help you that vidIQ has, how to start a gaming channel because that's really popular on our channel. So that's just a good breadth of content for our channel to introduce you there. All right, Jeremy, what would you think would be number 3 on channel fundamentals? You are currently 0 for 2. Let's see if you can go 0 for 3.
Man, I think I'm going to get them all wrong. I don't know. Thumbnails?
You would be wrong again. We are looking at description this time. So one of the important things about a channel description is that when people search for content and find your channel in the search page on YouTube, it actually shows you the first few lines of your description, and these can be really important in defining what your channel's about to your audience. And think of it as like creating a classic tweet, maybe 140 characters, have some really powerful keyword stuff in those first couple of words, but also tell the audience what's in it for them. A lot of descriptions I see are all about how, welcome to my channel, I love games, I'm into games, and I love doing fancy stuff or making people laugh. What you should be focusing on is what your audience is, what's in it for your audience, because let's be honest, when people first visit a channel, they have very little investment in you as a person, your brand, your identity, your channel. They want to know what's in it for them. So if you can use statements such as, this is your YouTube education, or boost your video SEO, or identify the best videos for you. Here you'll find tutorials on how to use our tools. So all about you. In other words, not you the video creator, you the audience. So think about that. All right, next thing, Jeremy. What do you think will be the next fundamental here on a YouTube channel?
I'm just going to get them all wrong. I'm just going to say thumbnails until that's the right one.
He is wrong once again. We are on playlists here. So what all video creators should be doing is when they create some content, thinking about a video series, we would be putting those into playlists so that people can quickly find do some binge watching, the Netflix of YouTube video consumption here. So we've got plenty of playlists here. We probably need to fix these a little bit because some of them have quite a lot of videos in those playlists. But yeah, make sure you have some playlists. Even if you're just starting out as a new channel, create playlists. Those are searchable again on YouTube. And again, it helps identify for a visitor quickly what your channel's about. Okay, we've got one more fundamental, Jeremy. What do you think? He is correct, folks. He is correct. We need the celebration here. We need the audience going wild. If I can find it. There we are. The crowd roars as Jeremy gets this last one right. Thumbnails could be number 1, of course, in terms of channel fundamentals. I suppose I should add the caveat that these were in no particular order, just the order I wrote them down in, so we can give Jeremy a big thumbs up there. And yeah, custom thumbnails go along with your channel banner, identity, branding. Those are the things that can really establish what your channel is about, who you are, and then when people are quickly sifting through YouTube, oh look, it's another vidIQ video. How do I know? Because we've got this big bald guy on the thumbnail again with that blue font and the sort of similar icons and things. So creating patterns but not identical thumbnails, of course, because you want to add variety into your content. Jeremy, do you have anything to add? Maybe if you've got one more fundamental you could add to channels in general, what would that be?
Channel, unless you're a vlog, channel focus, like really understanding what your channel is about.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Jeremy, for your contribution to channel fundamentals. If you found that useful, I can see many people with clapping emojis. I don't know if that's because ironically clapping Jeremy for getting all of this wrong, or whether it's just people saying thank you and appreciate it. You're more than welcome. Yeah, that was just a brief introduction, but we always know that you love to do channel audits, and that's what we're going to go to next. Jeremy, are you ready for this exciting part that we always have each week? Yep, Jeremy is pumping. He's really got into the club beats that we had at the start of this live stream. So here we go. I'm going to start pressing buttons. Hopefully Jeremy can see my screen. Jeremy, please confirm, can you see my screen while I press some more buttons? He can. Currently he can see my screen, but we're going to quickly go onto somebody else's screen. The first channel we are going to audit this week is Anton Retro. So if we were going to go through these channel fundamentals that we've already talked about, he has a channel banner or custom
Evan
one. Awesome.
Carmichael's in the house, by the way.
Hello, Evan. Welcome. Believe, as always, I'm going to try and do your gesture, which is a bit like a dap gesture. Welcome in there, Evan. Good to see you again. Evan, we are now auditing channels, so if you want to submit your channel for auditing, please do so. But Anton Retro looks like a retro gaming channel. We can tell that from the channel banner as we're seeing games consoles. He does have a channel trailer, so that's a good fundamental there. He's got some playlists here with recent uploads, so we know that he's publishing on a regular basis. The About section is completed, and he's asking questions to the audience. Do you like things retro and Nintendo? If so, this channel is a place for you, which is good. So addressing the audience there, which I like. And then in terms of thumbnails, do we have custom thumbnails? I would say those are definitely custom thumbnails with some channel logo. So we've got some branding in there. All awesome stuff. I mean, Jeremy, we've looked at retro gaming channels recently, and this seems to be another one which, although relatively small with 64 subscribers, it's already got all of the channel fundamentals well established, and some videos that are getting more views than subscribers. So it's what you might call small breakout success stories. Anything to add there other than all of the fundamentals that look very well in place?
Yeah, the only thing I would say is you might be missing your titles. You might be missing like the biggest terms people are searching for within that older game.
Yeah.
So for example, top 10 Game Boy games. You may want to figure out one or two or three that people are searching for. You may want to say like original Game Boy. When it comes to NES Classic Review, you may want to again find some words people are actually searching for. So for example, top 10 underrated Game Boy hidden gems. I think there's some search intent there you're probably missing.
Okay. How might somebody be able to enhance that very quickly then? Is this where we'd start to do the keyword search?
Yeah, I would go and start typing in Game Boy, maybe do an underscore and see what like original Game Boy, and figure out.
I think first of all to note is that most Game Boy searches is actually a space in Game Boy.
Right.
Am I getting that right? Okay, well we'll do a search and see what happens. There we go.
So just start understanding the universe of keywords, using the right-hand side of the vidIQ, seeing what top search keywords there are. You can load more, and you can really just get a sense of the universe of keywords that people are searching for within Game Boy as a starting point to understand what questions people are asking so you can make the answers. Okay.
Awesome advice there, Jeremy, as usual. I think in terms of just like thumbnails and branding, this looks pretty strong, doesn't it? The thumbnails are really quite... There's
love
some
the thumbnails, love the banner.
Yeah.
Seeing the older games makes me feel like if I'm a retro gamer, I'm at the right place.
Yeah.
Keep it up. You just need to get better titles, and I think you're going to kick butt.
All right, so Anton Retro, I think you're getting a good thumbs up there early on in your YouTube journey, and maybe you need to try and I've forgotten the name of the other person who's on here on a regular basis. I think it's Retro Game. Who does awesome thumbnails and is like very similar subscriber size to you, but has already got a lot of the YouTube fundamentals right. Potential collab going on there. I don't know if he's in a chat, but if you are, do try and hook up. I'm sure the other video creator will know what I'm talking about if he's here. Next
Bushcraft Padawan has a question while you're pulling up the next channel.
Go.
Can you please remind us of the search trick which places characters before the actual search term? That is a underscore, and it only works about half the time.
Yeah. So it's something to experiment with there. So let's just start from the beginning, Jeremy. If I was going to do a search, what would I type in?
Underscore.
Yep.
And then whatever you're searching for.
So space or no space?
It depends. I would try it both ways.
Right. So underscore Game Boy.
And then do another underscore.
And then another underscore.
Well, you can't hit enter, but.
Oh, sorry. I know. Right. I know what you're meaning. You're meaning for the autocomplete suggestions here. Yeah.
Right. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to add a space, sometimes you don't. It's a little wonky, but another trick is to type in A now. Like after A and then type in B. Yeah. So you can start seeing what autocompletes for each letter as well.
There you go. Hope that was helpful, Bushcraft Padawan. And also, I do remember that you have Bushcraft and many others of you have been having an issue recently with a vidIQ tool in terms of keywords not being displayed on videos. We have just pushed out an update in the last hour, so we'd really appreciate it if you do update vidIQ if you've been having this problem, and feedback to us if you can see video tags again. So that's a hot off the press software update here in the live stream that we are working to constantly improve vidIQ, usually when YouTube changes something and it causes something that we need to fix. And so hopefully it has been fixed. Next channel then, Jeremy, we are looking at Just Friendship. First up, well, that is a channel you've really got to be careful saying, Just Friendship. Because when I said that, I suddenly thought, oh, have I said that inappropriately? But no, Just Friendship, that is how you say it. Channel about learning French language, it looks to be like. Channel banner is there. Small value proposition if we quickly go to the home page. Doesn't look as if there's potentially a channel trailer here or a video that best represents your channel. So Just Friendship, it might be an idea to maybe add a channel, a video of choice. In terms of the About section, no About section. So that's one of the fundamentals you can maybe fix. This is an opportunity to really tell people what your content is about. Is it about learning just about the country of France, or is it about learning the language? An opportunity there to explain your channel a little bit more. But with 500 subscribers, what looks to be some pretty strong thumbnails with some, it seems to be color schemes here. I don't know if red indicates maybe something about French culture and blue maybe indicates something about language, or it's the other way around. There's some interesting use of colors here. But the protagonist, the hero in the channel is on the thumbnails as well. So again, the question might be, could you add yourself to the channel banner as well to add more brand consistency? Yeah, Jeremy, I think I've said everything I can say about the channel. What else can we add here? Oh, we're using emojis as well to indicate like flavors and globes and education, so I think that's quite funky as well. And the not at the beginning of the titles as well, so they're not being wasted as your keyword rich beginning of a title placement.
I would add the protagonist, as you said, in the banner. Make sure that you are part of the banner. Also, just make sure that the mobile friendly settings are there to where it doesn't cut off. And then it would be really curious to know what thumbnails do the best. The last two thumbnails you've done, I'm guessing, are actually going to perform better than your others, even though they're very well done, because you have more, visual storytelling in the last two. So it'd be really interesting to see what your highest click-through rates are in the studio beta. And I love your branding. I think maybe you have too much text. Maybe there's too much branding. I would rather see a lot more of your face and a lot more of the visual storytelling, like the Eiffel Tower or something in the background versus just the color blue or red. Mm-hmm. So, the more human you make these thumbnails, the better they're probably going to perform.
Retro Gamer Boy he's just come into the chat saying late to a party. You need to talk to Anton. What's his name? I think I've crossed him off already. It was Anton Retro Gamer. There's two retro gamers in the live stream as well, so make sure you talk to each other about maybe doing a collab, because you're both similar channels. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent there, but yeah, I think one question that just came up in my head there, Jeremy, when we're talking about maybe too much text is, this is potentially a bit of an educational how-to channel. So is there ever a case where it's sometimes better to just be a bit more in your face with text because I think with educational how-to channels, people are just really wanting to find an answer to something, and maybe text helps in those scenarios rather than more of a storytelling area. I'm not trying to maybe counter what you're saying here. I just thought it might be an interesting discussion point.
I think you always test. So,
Yeah.
for example, in our industry, Nick Nimmin has a lot of text, like how to get 1,000 subscribers. And he has just a ton of text, and he does very, very well. He's one of the fastest growing channels in our industry, and he kicks butt, and he has tons and tons of text. I will say most of the time, a clickable thumbnail, meaning one that's interesting, has eyes and emotion, color and excitement, is going to outperform one with a lot of text. Having said that, always test. Like, don't, one of our employees was talking earlier, and he frustrated me because he was like, well, that's not what we teach people. And I was like, well, you know what? We actually teach a lot of things, but fundamentally, you're going to have to take all of this advice and internalize it and test to see what works on your channel. What we're saying may not necessarily work for you. We're just talking about best practices. So internalize this, test, and Demonology, thank you so much for the super chat.
Yeah, well appreciated. Thank you.
Great channel. We do have in the description, we do have a link to where you can fill out the form to get a channel audit.
Yes. Okay, so good advice there from Jeremy. I think every single channel is unique in its own way, so absolute testing this. Just one more thing I noticed here as well, just French it, is that you've done a couple of videos on French YouTubers, and that seems to be like a very unique content, which is doing quite well for your channel. So maybe you could create a video series on French YouTubers, which might be really interesting from, I guess, an English-speaking perspective. So good luck with your channel there, and this is the last time I'm going to say just French it without mispronouncing it, hopefully. All right, next channel we are looking at is Alana Zingano. You've hidden your subscriber card. Ooh, Jeremy will hate you for doing that. We might talk about that a little bit, but I think we've spoken about this before. The channel is about worldwide travel and Disney. So you do have a custom channel banner. Is it Disney themed enough? I'm not sure. There's a counter argument to that to say that including Disney images it gets you close to maybe copyright questions. You have an about section. Yes, you do. You're a globetrotter, always looking for adventure. Through my non-stop worldwide travel, I share experiences on what I've learned along the way. My goal is to help dreamers, wanderlusters. So maybe your goal, something like that, might be better at the beginning or towards the beginning of a description to help tell the audience what's in it for me, rather than starting with you're a globetrotter looking for an adventure. Again, that I may be a little wrong with that, but I always feel as if descriptions should first benefit the viewer before telling a little bit of a backstory. Playlists, you have what seems to be a decent number of playlists here. Maybe the titling of a playlist could be a little bit better, as Disneyland is a very broad playlist. Probably need to be a bit more specific there. Video-wise, what do we have in terms of thumbnails and contents? All right, Jeremy, I'm going to let you take the thumbnails here because I think there's some advice which I'm pretty sure you're going to start suggesting here.
First, on the actual banner, I think it needs to be about you, not about Disney. I think you, your family, whoever's in the videos need to be displayed so people can start relating to you personally. Evan Carmichael has a phenomenal banner. You definitely need to check that out. As far as copyrights, don't use images that aren't yours. And then in the physical thumbnails themselves, you are using copyrighted material like Toy Story 4. Be careful. There are like Vision, Cloud Vision. There are some technologies that Google owns that can detect logos and copyrighted materials. So short term, they may not get you for that, but long term, I'm guessing they will. So when in doubt, don't use any copyrighted material, period, would be my opinion on the thumbnails. And then just get more fun and personal, eyes, emotional engagement, color, excitement. Give someone a reason to click on your thumbnails.
Which would be perhaps the best thumbnail that we can currently see here. I kind of find this one intriguing in a way. Its simplicity tells a fun story. I like the Mickey ears obviously gives away the Disney aspect, but then including the festive tree in the background, and then it's enhanced by the title of Magic Kingdom. But do you have a personal favorite here of the thumbnails so far for Elena?
Yeah, the one underneath that, adults with kids confessionals, without kids confessionals, because she's, it's mysterious. So one thing you want to try to do is I call this making something clickable. Mm-hmm. So giving someone subconsciously a visual reason to click on something, and her putting her finger on her mouth is kind of like, oh, there's something going on here. And then it creates intrigue and you want to click on that. So making a visual story that is clickable is very important. So in my opinion, I do like the Mickey ears, or Minnie ears rather. But I think that is good. The most clickable thumbnail, in my opinion, would be the one with her finger over her mouth.
I think that's interesting that both Jeremy and I have slightly different opinions on the best thumbnails, but I think we've justified why, and I think that's going to be the case for most viewers, that they'll tell you a different reason why they click on this thumbnail or that thumbnail. So again, as we've been talking at the top of the live stream, testing and seeing what fits for your channel is certainly something that you want to be doing. So good luck there, Alana Zingano, with the rest of your Disney adventures. Certainly coming up to a festive period. What I would want to be seeing now is when you first encounter the Coca-Cola truck driving into your local town, because of course holidays are a-coming. Right, that was so cringeworthy, I do apologize.
I just cringed and I'm old.
Yeah, I just got silence from Jeremy, and so I knew that was really bad. Next channel.
Shiva, thank you for the super chat.
Yes, thank you very much. I believe that is Indian currency, rupees. So thank you very much for the 20 rupees. If I'm wrong about that, I do apologise. But always appreciated from you. Jeffrey Hewitt, 270 subscribers. And this channel is not only a songwriter, but a vlogger and a producer. So multiple facets to this channel. I'm just going to go back to the first page of a channel so that we can see that there is a channel intro of some kind, which is good, introducing yourself to your audience. The About section here. Ever wondered what it's like to be an indie musician in this day and age? So I like the fact that you're interacting with your audience in the description, getting them to think about what your channel's about, which is a good start, I think. Playlist wise, you do have some playlists as well. Again, maybe the titles could be tweaked, such as vlogs and my covers, latest videos. They're not going to be very searchable, but it's good to see that you have playlists up and running. And then your videos and your thumbnails. When I was looking at this one before the live stream started, Jeremy, I thought it was good that this is a musician who doesn't just want to push out music. They actually want to tell the story behind potentially the creation of the music, which I think is important for creating a destination on YouTube. But then when I started to look at some more of the videos, it's like Christmas decorations in November. This is my vlogging setup. So I was starting to think, what is the actual focus of this channel? Is it really about a songwriter and their music, or is it more a daily vlog? Yeah, it looks to be a daily vlog, actually, posted on a very regular basis. So were there any thoughts there as I was just taking you on a guided tour of his channel about where maybe the focus for the video creator might be?
Yeah, one thing I would like to talk about and challenge everyone watching this is on the banner at the top. A lot of people want to explain what you do. My challenge to everyone listening to this right now is to give someone a different perspective. So instead of saying what you do, maybe you should come up and Rob, I'm challenging you on the spot right here. Let's say he's a vlogger and he's a songwriter.
Yeah.
What and let's just say he does alternative music. We don't know that far yet, right? Let's just say he does alternative music. He likes to do video. In my opinion, having him like being filmed, playing guitar and singing visually would be better than explaining it with words. Does that make sense? So like, the visual of him being recorded, singing and playing guitar is going to tell me more, because nonverbal communication is greater than verbal communication most of the time, especially for visual people. So my challenge to you guys is find images that really represent what you do, and you don't have to always use words to say these things.
So it could be him holding a guitar and then some like the graphics of musical notes coming out of it in some way, without making that. I mean, that sounds really cheesy when I describe it, but I'm sure there's an artistic way to do this. That's the kind of visual representation you're pushing here, rather than him being in the channel banner, which is brilliant, but then the background of a lake. Like, how does that visually communicate that the story just been tried to be told in a channel?
I think all of us are too literal. I think a lot of the times we need to actually represent visually what we're all about, especially in thumbnails. Mm-hmm. They need to be interesting and curious and cause us to think, colorful, spontaneous. We need to give people reasons to click.
Yeah, so like, just if we take two examples here, like one here, is it too early for fairy lights? And this is just like a freeze frame. That doesn't necessarily tell an effective story in a thumbnail. Whereas if I look at this latest thumbnail, my first photo shoot, it seems to have more of an impact because it has kind of a moody pose, as if this was one of the shots that was being taken for the actual photo shoot. I think there's a bit more of a visual storytelling element there. I guess that's
my favorite thumbnail times 50.
I guess that's what you're trying to tell there, and yeah. So awesome suggestion there, and I hopefully all of you can take this on board and try and think more visually than literally in, I guess, not only the channel banner but the thumbnails as well that you have on your channel. So, Jeffrey, I hope we haven't overloaded you too much there. But yeah, just as I just quickly go through your channel, I'm trying to find where the music is in your channel titles and thumbnails, and I'm struggling to see that. So I don't know if you were maybe doing a music vlog to begin with and it's kind of evolved into something else. But that's just a question I'm asking as I visit the channel, so maybe something to think about. But I will say, well done for starting a vlogging channel and keeping up the consistency. You're posting every day as you tell your audience. And I mean, you're getting maybe about 20 to 40% viewers per your subscriber count, which seems healthy. So I think small green shoots of vlogging success there. Congratulations, and do continue. And we'll now move on to the next channel, which is BDB Entertainment. I know BDB, you've been asking for a channel audit for many weeks, watching many of the live streams and posting comments, which we all always appreciate. So try to remember to keep these channels in mind when we are reviewing these. Our first gaming channel of the live stream here, Jeremy, 87 subscribers. Channel banner looks as if it's about gaming. My thoughts are that there's maybe a bit too much going on in this channel banner. I'm looking from left to the middle to the right, and there's all sorts of information there. Thumbnails look to be relatively strong. We've got you with your face on screen with the YouTuber emotion shot look in some of these, which is great. Maybe you need to make your face bigger and maybe a little less detail on some of these thumbnails, because I think probably when you're creating them on your full-size screen, they look pretty good, but when you shrink them down to 10-20%, as most of your viewers will see, some of them maybe look a little cluttered. And I think probably Jeremy is going to be saying in his mind, what's the channel focus? Because there's so many different games here that I can't really follow maybe what your focus is, and what does the color coding mean on the videos as well? Is that vlog means red, but it's a green vlog here? So some good aspects, but maybe some slightly confusing ones as well. Jeremy, any additional thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, to begin with a little bit of a subscribers, I would just focus on one thing, one series at a time right now. I would keep all of your thumbnails the same color as far as the borders are concerned. I would not be selling on your banner right now unless you had 10,000 plus subscribers. Do that for people that are actually watching your video.
So we're talking about this bit here, aren't we? There's some sort of 10% to be said.
It's not I don't even know what it's 10% of. So it's just really wasted space right now. So do that with people that are actually watching, in the descriptions. Do it with people that are physically engaged, people that are just on your banner. Did you know that a lot of you guys probably don't know this, but less than 5 or 10% of your audience will ever visit your channel page and see your banner. So 95% of the time, people probably won't see your banner very well or very often. How to rank up faster secret. That literally uses 0 key terms. How to rank up faster secret.
Yeah, I'm just going to click on it and see if it's about a particular video game. So it's about it looks as if it's about Call of Duty Black Ops 4, we would guess from a screenshot on the tags, but you're absolutely right that none of that's actually referenced in the title or the...
So the title should be Call of Duty Black Ops 4 for how to rank up faster secret or something like that, because you have to use the main core keywords. Titles are probably the content and how long people watch your videos are probably number one. The second most important thing are probably the descriptive keywords in your titles, and then the third most important thing is probably your click-through rate of your thumbnails. So your thumbnails are very decent. I give them a solid B-.
Yeah,
your titles, you need to up those, and then just focus. Like the first 10,000 subscribers, let's focus on one game. Let's focus on one thing, and then try to rank for that one thing very well.
Just reading your description here. I hope to bring you great gameplay from Call of Duty, Telltale Games, Fortnite, and many more. Let's delete all of that, and we'll start with Call of Duty 4 or something along those lines, Jeremy, as a small channel. All right, so BDB, as we were saying, there's some good elements here. I think the graphic design is certainly on a high scale already for a relatively small channel. Just some tweaks needed here and there, and channel focus. All right. That is part 1 of channel audits, and what we usually do at this point is we take one of your questions from what we've been talking about in the vidIQ community over the week. We had an interesting one that we were actually talking about, Jeremy, in-house this morning, because I posted a tweet which says, when you reply to comments, ask a question. It brings viewers back to the videos and drives up engagement. And some people were asking this type of question of, but if somebody returns to my video and they're only there to respond to the question, doesn't that mean that I may get a view from them, but then I'm not going to get any view duration, like watch time? Is that going to have a detrimental effect on my channel? So first of all, folks, think about the question and maybe post your comments. Jeremy, how would you respond to such a question that people are worried about the YouTube algorithm handicapping people just replying to comments in a video?
I honestly believe if you're thinking this deeply and you're like, okay, all right, I don't really want to respond to questions because I'm afraid people are just going to get that answer and they're going to quickly just get off the page and then the algorithm's going to hurt me. I honestly believe that if you're thinking this way, you are overthinking your life and YouTube.
Wow. Jeremy says you are overthinking your life, your entire life. Yeah, if you were worried about watch time.
And here's the thing, right? So it's a balance of watch time. It's a balance of social engagement. It's a balance of a lot of things. Do I really believe that you're going to ultimately get punished for commenting? The guy that was on here a few minutes ago named Evan Carmichael has almost 2 million subscribers, and him and his team respond to every comment.
Still can't believe that when he says it. Unbelievable.
It's insane.
Yeah.
2 million subscribers, they respond to every comment. And that's that's a very big deal to them. I mean, Evan took time out of his day to support vidIQ and myself and Rob to say, hey, Love you guys. Love what you do. I'm going to pop in this live, this live. So it's pretty amazing. But do I honestly believe that responding to comments is going to harm me and my retention and my channel? I do not. I think that there are rules and there's reality of how YouTube algorithm works, but I think we can take things too literal, and I think that is a detriment to creators. At the end of the day, you should make content people want to consume, and you should take care of your audience. It's about them, not you. So I fundamentally believe this works. A lot of people say YouTube's broken. A lot of people say a lot of stuff. I fundamentally believe that YouTube works for creators. It works better for established creators, but I just don't believe this question. Rob, what are your thoughts?
So here's how I look at it. If somebody has taken the time out of their day to engage in your content, that means you've already moved them in some way, whether it's emotionally or for education or whatever. And it's your duty to respond to them first of all. But as well as just saying like, thanks for the comment, appreciate it, I think starting a conversation is always the path to a relationship of some kind. So if you respond to a comment, ask them a question, and they reply back, potentially through the algorithm, you may have lost some watch time. But what you've done there is started a conversation, and that person may, from this comment, become more invested in your content. They may become a fan. They may watch more of your content and ask questions or make comments, and you respond to them. Again, they turn into subscribers at this point, and then they'll really engage in your content. They become super fans. They may even become channel ambassadors, or they may become moderators in a live stream or whatever. They become part of a community, and those people, you people on the live stream right here, are the lifeblood of the content that you produce. So I think, as Jeremy said, if you're too wrapped up in thinking about whether this is going to lose me 3% on my watch time on a video, you're doing YouTube all wrong, and you're worried too much about something that you have no influence over, the algorithm. So that's how I think of it. So yeah, I mean, if there's any comments in there that have come through, are there any interesting ones coming through there, Jeremy, that we can see? Or
yeah, a lot of people are just supporting each other, which is really cool to see. A lot of people are answering each other's questions. Someone asked if I skateboard. The skateboards in the background. I do not. They're wall hangers. Let's see.
Well, we'll leave that for if we're going to do. If this is Q&A, we'll leave that for when for the segment. But yeah, if people have found our answer there interesting, we always do a question of the week, and yeah, there'll be one next week. So if you want your question read out, whether it be on Twitter, from YouTube comments, do make sure we post them, and we always try and tackle one each week. What we're going to do now is I'm going to go back into the Google form, see who's filled out the form for a channel audit, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with those new channels to audit. So, Jeremy, I'm afraid I have to put you on silent mode just while we're in there, and we'll be back in around about 2 minutes. So, yeah, maybe it's time for a restroom break. Enjoy the rest of your restroom break 2 minutes, and we'll be back then.
Hi, I'm
All right, everybody, we are rejoining here. Just bringing Jeremy back into screen with some more channel audits. Jeremy, we might as well jump straight into it here if you are ready to rock and roll. Let me just press the right buttons to get you on screen again, and we'll jump straight into it. All right, folks, we are looking now the first channel after the break here. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for sticking with us there. We are looking at Star Buddies, a nursery rhyme children's channel. 1,000 subscribers. We've seen such channels blow up in the past, and this channel seems to have some videos that have lots of views already, so like 60,000 views, 20,000 views. There's one here with 2 hours worth of video content, which I think is always is. We were recommending this last week, Jeremy, weren't we? Where children's channels should try and put videos into playlists so that they loop, because children can be sat in front of a TV watching this sort of stuff for hours on end just to give the parents a rest. Although I don't recommend that, of course, but that seems to be what happens. Any suggestions here for Star Buddies, which is a rapidly growing channel in just a month, it seems like here?
Yeah, I would say everything's perfect. The banner's perfect. The thumbnails are perfect. The titles probably need some work a little bit as far as, children's songs. Search for what people are searching for within children's songs.
Yeah.
I think you could really increase your views by that. And then you just need to make more content. You need to put out at least one video a week, and I know obviously it's going to be difficult for you because these are probably animations, but you need to crank out more content. It seems to be going well. Another thing I would say long term is try to differentiate yourself from every other children's nursery rhyme YouTube channel, which there's a billion of them. So, find a reason that makes you different. Maybe it's your characters. Maybe it's something that you develop that's uniquely you. More content, better titles, get unique quickly.
All right. Yeah, I think 9 out of 10 so far for Star Buddies, because there's always room for improvement. Next channel, Madison Dyer. New videos every day. So it looks as if you are perhaps a vlogger. Fairly new to this YouTube gig, it seems like. Wow. So you made one video 7 months ago, and then you've made, at least 10 videos in the last week. And they all look to be of some sort of driving in my car vlog style, which I think is interesting. I don't know how responsible. I've always wondered how responsible it is to vlog to a camera while you're driving. So I don't know if we can actually recommend that. But I can definitely see what the channel's about here, and you're starting to use emojis in your thumbnails. Maybe the text isn't quite helping us here, like this one here. I can't even read what it is. It Asian food is gross. Why do people eat this? I think is in the text, but maybe that's not required. It's more your emotion zooming in, maybe seeing the steering wheel, maybe your disgusted face at eating whatever food it is. But I think some good early things here, Jeremy. We certainly know what a channel focus is almost immediately. I'm cringe. My videos are cringe. If you like cringe, keep watching as a channel description. Where might this channel go next on their very early journey here?
A lot of people may not see this, but these thumbnails are extremely amazing. And I'm gonna break it down why. First off, don't use text anymore. Just get rid of your text on your thumbnails. They are not helping. You cannot read them. Of course, me and Rob are old men, so maybe that's one of the reasons we can't read them.
Speak for yourself.
But just get rid of them. Make your emojis and your poops bigger. And top
tip from Jeremy: make your poops bigger.
That is tip number 1 today. And you're using arrows and having your YouTuber faces, the disgusting face and the mad face and the happy faces. Do a lot more of that. I would love to see your thumbnails, your faces themselves way bigger, so that people can just see your emotions and expressions and excitement bigger. Get rid of your text and double your emoji counts.
Yeah, what do you think about the, I guess the topic here is like car vlogging, which I guess adds a unique slant to the vlogging genre. I mean, kind of reminds me a bit of like James Corden's, I've forgotten what the term is now, the carpooling stuff that he does. Do you think that's like a good channel focus? And like the core of it is driving in my car, and then you can bring any topic into that.
With the vlog, it doesn't matter where you are. If you're talking about visiting a poop factory or burping or, trying foods, you could literally be anywhere. Now, Jerry Seinfeld and some of the other, drive with me type comedian shows, they're brilliant. You really need your own slant and angle if you want to go there. So my opinion is to find something else, a different angle of a similar show, or just be yourself, and it doesn't matter where you are.
Strong opinion here from Run and Gun. I never click thumbnails with emojis. You are, of course, entitled to click on whatever you want, but I think generally, emojis are proving to be quite successful in certain sort of channel genres.
And Run and Gun, be careful, because Rob is a big fan of emojis. In fact, everyone that loves Rob, add some emojis right now.
Whatever emoji you think reflects me best, then fire away. This is going to be very interesting. Okay, next channel. Let's play with Mr. J. You have a big Joker face on your channel banner. Does that mean you're a fan of Batman in particular, or something else? As I start to look at your thumbnails, it looks as if it's maybe video gaming. I don't know. The Forest is a game, I guess, and then Spider-Man, and then Bendy Last Night at Freddy's. So there's a lot of different gaming content suggestions going on here. I think, Jeremy, I've tried to pick up 1 or 2 gaming channels this week and look at other channels. Do get a lot of gaming submissions. Any general advice that we could give to all gamers out here now? Because I think this one kind of fits the general bracket of what we would suggest to most gaming channels that are still relatively small, trying to establish themselves.
Yeah, I would say all gamers. Me and Rob are gonna give 5 things we're gonna make up right now.
Oh wow, 5 things. Here we go.
First thing is, try not to use copyrighted material, especially on your thumbnails, and put your face in the thumbnail and make this about you and your slant of the gaming. Second thing is, find a uniqueness to talk about gaming that's different than everyone else in the world. How do you whether it's retrospectives or retro games or, a specific thing, the nerd side of games, the technical side of, using PCs and Macs to run a certain game. Find a uniqueness that no one else is really doing, because you are one of a trillion people doing a video game, right? So especially with Fortnite and games like that, you're just one of a millions of people. So what makes you different? So don't use copyrighted material. Find an angle that makes it you, makes it unique, so that people can fall in love with your personality and subscribe to you and have reasons to watch. That's 2. Rob, what's another one?
I would say, as a small channel starting out, is try and focus on one particular game and hit the keywords on there on a regular basis. Try and build up some sort of authority, not only with your audience, but with YouTube, to say, look, I'm going to be producing content on this game for a while, so you know what to expect. Like if I do a video on, let's say, Resident Evil today, and then I do one on Spider-Man tomorrow, do you have both of those games? Are you interested in both of those genres? Perhaps not. There may be some crossover, but at this point, very early on, when a channel viewer is trying to decide whether they want to commit to you long term, having some uniformity in your content can really help. And yeah, just sort of extending on from Jeremy's general advice about what makes you unique. In terms of gaming, people usually gravitate towards gaming channels because either they're the best gamer on the planet on that particular game. That's obviously very hard to do. Or you have some unique insight and knowledge, whether it's you found a secret or a better way to beat this level or beat this boss, or something that gives you a unique advantage. And I think generally with gaming, that it needs to be like high octane, fast paced, lots of switching of scenes because you're appealing to a certain generation. Maybe it's a younger audience who like things that are quick. So also think about video length and what your audience's expectations are. Is that 5 things there, Jeremy, or do we need one more?
I think so. In series, like funny moments in Fortnite, like you make 100 videos on one thing so that you can start ranking for that. That's probably 5 things. We can move on.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, we've also done this magical trick as well, where we've managed to add another 225,000 subscribers on your channel by, I think,
pretty amazing.
Just refreshing or going back. It's a wonderful tool we have, and we're going to release it very soon, but at the moment we're keeping it for ourselves. Next channel is, Moon Siren, Where the Madness Begins. All right, the first thing I'm going to say is when I just look at the channel banner and then I look at the thumbnails very quickly, already 10 to 15 seconds in, I'm trying to establish what is this channel about. It looks again as if it's perhaps about gaming. I don't know if is that Zelda perhaps, or Amnesia. I assume that's a game. And then Happy Wheel. So again, I think we could almost copy and paste what we said for about the last channel and then place it in here, Jeremy. Would you agree, or is there anything slightly different?
Yeah, I have no idea who you are, what your channel is about, what you're trying to do.
So yeah, we're looking at channel fundamentals here. Like the channel banner is custom, right, but where the madness begins? That I don't have any context there. The thumbnails, you are using custom thumbnails, but there's no consistency there, especially with a channel banner. And it looks as if maybe you're doing this thing of Amnesia Ep 26, Amnesia Ep 25. Those are really not really engaging thumbnails for your audience. So some basic things here that I think you could certainly work on to improve your content. So yeah, I think all of what Jeremy just said and I about the previous gaming channel, apply it to this one as well. Next channel, Brain Spanking You. Saying that channel name very slowly to make sure I get it right. Pre-congratulations on 200 subscribers that you're about to hit. Coaching, NLP, hypnosis. So let's have a look at the channel here, the thumbnails. Seems to be some general consistency here. Thumbnails maybe look a little busy on occasion. You are in a channel banner and in the avatar, but you seem to be absent from the thumbnails. But there's some keywords that I'm seeing here. Deep hypnosis.
Let's click on hypnosis. A video if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's switch. Let's not click on the 8-hour video. Let's choose. They're all relatively long videos as well. So these look as if they're maybe audio recordings for people to go to sleep with.
Hello, this is Anthony Reed, certified
So are they audio?
hypnotist. Feeling of relaxation.
Yeah, it looks to be that way. So this, if we just maybe try one more. So yeah,
Okay.
this is generally audio.
So this is what we want you to do today. This is what we want you to do. We want you to make one of these like 8-hour versions of this, a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week live stream, and name it what people would search for. For example,
Let's try. I'm going to do a search for sleep hypnosis and see if there's any channel doing a live stream of this, because that's a very interesting suggestion.
or like music to sleep. That's what it would probably be, something like
Okay, we'll try that.
or relaxing music.
So it looks as if
Deep
there is at
sleep,
least one.
relaxing.
There we go. So yeah, a channel like this right here. 800 people currently trying to get to sleep on YouTube by listening to YouTube audio, it seems to be.
And that second one there's 600 people watching, almost 3 million subscribers. So this is, if I were you, I would kind of abandon almost everything else. And I would do this. I would make a live stream. And the reason for it is you want to rank very high for whatever sleep, music.
Yeah.
And this is a huge trend. If you own the rights to this music, then I would absolutely go this direction.
All right. So yeah, hopefully that will help you there. I guess this raises another interesting question, that with a YouTube app, you would need to have YouTube Premium to listen to this music, because you'd have to close. If you close the app, obviously YouTube shuts down. So the YouTube platform perhaps isn't necessarily ideal for this sort of content, but obviously you have it on the channel. So that might be something else to think about, like where else can you share this? I'm just checking if there's any small, shorter videos. They all seem to be very long hypnosis, NLP style videos. Yeah. All right, next channel. This one is Ghost Within. It's another music channel, ambient violinist. So I presume you are producing
free music. Yeah, same thing, right, Rob?
Yeah, it looks to be.
Take all this music, make a channel, a 24 hours a day channel that loops, make it live, and then try to rank for ambient. Chill out music is really popular right now. Even my 9-year-old was like, "Dad, why don't you put on chill out music?" So chill out, relax. So basically, try to rank for these big terms on YouTube. And then right now, music and live is absolutely insanely hot.
All right, so yeah, hopefully you can you can try and do that. There's a couple of people asking how you do this. Just to give you a very brief description of how to do this, is you can do it on any computer. You need a program such as OBS or Streamlabs. These are what we're using right now, and you just literally create like a template, like some maybe some background images, and you add sources to it, and then you stream it to YouTube. This does require quite a lot of computer use, quite CPU intensive, and it pretty much takes that computer out of action. So you need maybe an old laptop that you're not using, even just to trial it for maybe 12 hours or 24 hours. And there's probably some helpful videos on YouTube if you just want to search how to live stream for 24 hours on YouTube. That will get you in the right direction, but it does require a bit of hardware and learning how to use Streamlabs or OBS, whichever one you choose to look at. All right, so that's the latest channel audit there. What we're going to do now is, Jeremy, I'm going to bring you back on screen, because it is that part of the show where we take anybody's questions, whatever they may be, about YouTube, and we will try and answer them as concisely and expertly as possible. And I use those terms relatively loosely, especially in my case. But yeah, over to you, folks. Any question you have about YouTube, vidIQ, your channel, we are ready and waiting for these awesome questions that you post to us every single week. And we'll start right now with Just Friendship, who's still in the live stream. Thank you for sticking with us after your audit. Is it worth changing your titles and tags more than 24 hours after you publish them? Jeremy.
I don't know. It depends. It's relative, of the circumstance and situation. Typically, the velocity of a channel is going to start diminishing, the further it gets along after 24 hours.
Yeah, I think it's too early 24 hours, isn't it? You probably want to be leaving it 48, 72 hours before you start to think about tinkering with a title.
Yeah, and you don't really want to change your title too much past that either.
If the video's doing well, yeah.
This is why having something like a series is really important. Like how to make a princess cake, is going to always be a good term. And if you make 100 videos on chocolate princess cakes and vanilla and strawberry, then it's just what your channel title should be, so you can keep it simplistic. So my point is, if you have a series strong enough, you shouldn't have to mess around and change the tags and titles all the time. It should just be simple.
Ellie Lovegrove asks, how can I bring in more views into my live stream? Just keep doing live streams. This is something that you have to build up over time and have some regularity. Like we do a live stream every Tuesday at 11 o'clock so people know when to come. I think it's just regularity. Promote it a little bit, but yeah, trying to convert subscribers into live stream viewers can be quite a challenge. 1 hour challenge. How can you publish the thumbnails on YT? I'm not sure what your question is there. Muddy Tube, how can I get 4,000 hours of watch time before 2019? You don't necessarily have to get 4,000 watch time before the end of a year. You need to get 4,000 hours within a 365-day period. So don't worry about the start of a new year in terms of monetization. It's 4,000 hours over a year. We've got a video that explains exactly about that. Do check it out. Maybe do vidIQ 4,000 hours of his YouTube search, and that'll answer the question. What else have we got, Jeremy, in the chats that we can answer?
We have a super chat. After ranking for a keyword, will your view go up? I think it means will your views go up?
Yeah.
It depends on how competitive and how much people like. If you rank for a keyword that no one searches for, then no, your views aren't going to go up.
Yeah.
If your thumbnail isn't very good and it's not very clickable, then your views may not go up very much. But if you have if you rank for a term people are searching for, and you have a cake wet thumbnail that people want to click on, then theoretically, yes, if you're ranking and people are clicking on your thumbnails, then you will go up.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think if you continue to establish authority video series, as Jeremy always says, and continue to focus on one area, and then you start to rank, then yes, your views will eventually start to go up, especially as Jeremy says, if it's heavy keyword-rich search intent. How to get more subscribers per video. We've got a video on how to get 1,000 subscribers. This will be things like asking your audience, literally asking them to subscribe. Lay the foundations at the beginning of a video. Maybe try and convert those views into subscribers at the end by saying, if you enjoyed this video, then subscribe, because we've got a lot more coming up. We'll see you in the next video, that sort of thing. And then like visual calls to actions, changing your water branding mark to a subscribe button has an impact as well. Yeah, that's all I can advise on there. What else we got, Jeremy?
What's the best in people's thumbnails? I think, like, what's the best practices for thumbnails? I would say making sure the whites of people's eyes you can see. Excitement, you need to give someone a reason to click. So make it, something interesting, right? Visually interesting. Tell visual stories. Try to have the background a specific color so that you can form branding. So when people see your thumbnails, they know it's your thumbnail. So I would keep the fonts and I would keep the background color similar so that you can change the face and the visual elements. But it still looks like the same thumbnail. Anything else on that, Rob?
Sorry, I zoned out there. I got a notification from my watch. I was checking what that was.
All right, moving on. I'm
losing interest in my own live stream here.
Demonology. What should I do to get more subs versus views? So a couple of things we just talked about. One is changing the branding watermark to a subscribe button, not a logo. Asking for subscriptions in the first 30 seconds of a video, but the way you do that is you're like, hey, before you leave, if you get value or like this video, make sure you subscribe, so that when people leave, if they think about it, they may actually do it. People that wait to the very end to ask for subscribers, they're losing a potential of 60 to 80% of all potential subscribers. So personally, I think it's a really bad idea to wait to the very end. But you don't want people to subscribe that haven't experienced you yet. So what I say is, if you get value out of this video, make sure you subscribe before you leave.
Jeremy, can you just adjust yourself maybe 5 or 6 inches to your right? As you were just sort of falling off screen there. There, perfect. Thank you. Back in screen. All right. Super quick round now. So I'm going to go through these as quick as I can. What software do you recommend for recording? That's from Tribus Extreme. Fraps, OBS. Can you even do some screen recording? Any other suggestions there, Jeremy? Quickly on screen recording?
I like to use Camtasia.
Camtasia, of course. Excellent suggestion. Next question from Pegasus Angel Gameplay. What's the best elements to add to a trailer? vidIQ will be updating mine soon. So try and keep it to 30 seconds. Fast, high octane, like keep it fast and moving. Maybe switch to clips every 3 or 4 seconds. Have some sort of voice narration and then B-roll. And is there anything else there? Try and tell a story within it. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you passionate about it? And why should your audience care about it? Hyper Shiva, how do you get the Google pin? I have no idea what you mean by that question. I do apologize. Somebody else was asking a question about how do I track my 4,000 hours of watch time. Just go to YouTube Analytics and select the last 365 days, and that will give you your watch time for the last year, which is what YouTube is tracking for that. vidIQ, what should you add to your banner, value proposition, and you yourself if you are part of the video content? When changing the type of content, should I keep the old content? I think we always suggest keeping your old content as it always tells the story of your channel. Free editing software. I think Wondershare has, Filmora has quite some free aspects in there. And Windows Movie Maker is always a good place to start. Or iMovie if you're on Mac.
And Adobe Clips is good.
Adobe Clips. Click-through rate should we strive for? That comes from Party Kids. Improving your own click-through rate. It can vary between 2 and 10%. And that can be different for channels in different video topics. So whatever your click-through rate is now, try and improve it by maybe 1 or 2%, and that can have a huge impact on your channel's click-through rate. Because it can vary. Like if you're at the top of the search rankings for a particular search term, your click-through rate will go through the roof. But if you're second in the search rankings, it can be like only 25% of the top one, and it's just how it works. We've done a couple of videos on this, but I can't remember which videos they are in. And we do have one last question. Any more? I can't see any more. Any more questions there, Jeremy, or is that it?
That's it.
Yeah, all right then. We are going to move into the last part of our live stream today, because I can see Jeremy is looking a little tired there. He was almost falling off the camera there. So we're going to try and go through as many of these channel audits as we can in the last few minutes. It's time for quick audits. Jeremy, you're hanging in there. You're still with us?
I'm good.
He's still with us. Awesome to hear. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Then we are going to look at the next channel, which is another song channel, On Song International, the definitive channel for all things songwriting. 1,000 subscribers. Is this a channel about music, or is it a channel about writing music? And I think it's a channel about writing music. I think from what I can see, my suggestions very quickly here would be improve your thumbnails. There's a lack of consistency, I would say, pretty much in the channel banner and the thumbnails. Any more to add there, Jeremy, for this channel?
Yeah, just try to work on your messaging. What is your channel? Is it? We don't even really know. Songwriting, or songs, and then in your titles themselves, I would have like songwriting, how to write a song, things like that. Develop a series, and then like Rob said, every thumbnail should look similar so that people know it's your thumbnails. Yeah.
Just if you pick like these 3 thumbnails here, would you be able to tell that they are from the same channel? Possibly not. World Towning. I think this is a family vlog, and we can tell that immediately from the channel banner. So I think this is where Jeremy's saying that visual representation can be so strong. And I think just the family here and the two people holding up their arms either side, I think that's a really powerful image, Jeremy. Would you agree there?
Yeah, it's more power. It's probably the best banner we've seen today.
Yeah.
And it says nothing, right? It's just a family that's looking awesome.
And in terms of your content, wow, we've got a channel that's really on the up here, just pushing 10,000 subscribers, but each of your vlogs is getting into the thousands already, which is a sign of a really strong channel. So good stuff there. Maybe some thumbnail tweaks here and there, like on this one. It might be better to show a zoomed in picture of a family, and maybe because you told us that you hiked 500 miles, like show some really tired expressions, maybe just as again as visual storytelling. But generally good. Any other thoughts here, Jeremy?
Yeah, definitely. I would, like Rob said, I would have more expressions in your thumbnails, and then make faces a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And then also try to add action. So if you're hiking, I want to see like a hiking stick and you on a trail, and just try to make it more action oriented.
Unbeaten Plays. This looks to be, I would guess, a gaming channel. Let's see, is there anything we can pick out from here? I don't know what games you're covering. I would say maybe Roblox. I know I always say that game name wrong whenever I say it, but I think it's that because it's mentioning pixel guns. But
did you just say Roblox?
Yeah, well, go on, Jeremy. Go on, just educate me.
It's Roblox.
Roblox. There we go. It's just the English pronunciation, you see. It's like you say tomato.
So, really quickly on this, consistency on your thumbnails.
Yeah.
We don't know what your titles are about, so tips and tricks for streaming. What kind of streaming? Maybe it's OBS, maybe it's for YouTube, maybe it's for Twitch. It
is Pixel Gun 3D, so that's a game in itself. It's not Roblox. It's Pixel Gun 3D. Whatever that is. But yeah, sorry, I cut you off mid-sentence there, Jeremy. What were you saying again?
Yeah, just give us more consistency. Tell us what the videos are about. Put yourself in the actual banners and the thumbnails, and then give us a reason why to watch you. So what I mean by that is, I don't know what we're going to talk about when you say let's talk. Does Nightbot join premieres? Yeah. We need more than that. We need context and series of videos and you in the actual videos themselves.
Demonology. I think I remember you asking a question earlier on. This looks to be the largest channel we are auditing today. Definitely looks like a channel about a particular type of car.
I've audited these guys before. They're in the DFW area with me. How's it going, guys? I would still say that fundamentally, the very last thumbnail on the right-hand side, Demonology Call in Live, that's your thumbnail. People want to see this amazing car, over 800 horsepower car. They want to see the tire smoking. They want to see stuff going fast. I would keep consistency in showing the car and having some type of branding or colors so that people know it's your videos versus anyone else's. Yeah. I would keep more consistency and make a series of videos as far as the titles go. Rob, what would you recommend for the titling here?
So what is this? Which car is this about? Sorry, a Dodge Challenger. Okay, so do we need to be seeing more references to the Dodge Challenger since this seems to be the hero of the channel rather than a particular person, I would say. So Dodge Demon, would that be one that we'd be using quite a lot? Dodge Demon is appearing in some, but like when we look at Import Face Off Live, how does that relate to the car itself? Yeah, I think just generally including more car type keyword searches would be powerful there, I would suggest.
Yeah, just find what people are searching for within the Dodge Demon and use the words Dodge Demon more. And let's move on.
Jeremy's ready to move on from a channel he's audited in the past. All right, and I'm going to finish with this channel, UNA Workshop. This is a channel at the very beginning of their YouTube journey. So, folks, in the comments, what do you think this channel needs to do straight away? I'm just going to leave it on this page, and we'll read out your comments as we see this channel. It looks as if they have one video that went live 4 hours ago. So, wow, this is a very new channel. 2 subscribers at this point. They joined on September the 8th, 2018. We're going to read out your comments if you do have any about this channel. Yeah, do let us know. Content. Strive to survive says content. So, yeah, I think absolutely produce more content if you can. You want speed, I have speed. I don't think that's got anything to do with this channel. Is anybody referencing this channel? A channel trailer. So thank you, Ellie Lovegrove. Or something to introduce your channel. Any more comments coming in? Make title stands out a bit more. I assume you're talking about the thumbnails there. With a handmade necklace heart, part 1. Anything else that we're seeing there? The type on the thumbnails is a little squished. I think I assume you're talking about the text. Thumbnails and titles make more interesting. I'm not sure what this channel is about. So, yeah, I mean, it looks as if it's about jewellery and workshopping along those kind of lines. But what does UNA workshop mean to the average visitor? Probably not much. There's some graphical elements here, but I don't know if that would refer to design. Jeremy, you've been quietly observing the comments here and your own thoughts. Anything to add other than all of the fundamentals that we suggest here need to be put in place for this channel as they start their journey?
Yeah, I think our viewers should be doing all these audits from now on.
Give us a rest. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, I think for UNA Workshop, if you want to read the comments, yeah, absolutely. I think you've made a 10 out of 10 start. To have a channel banner, to have a video that is only live 4 hours ago and it's almost in double digits for your first video after 4 hours. I know that sounds like really small and tiny, but to have a custom thumbnail and have to already have that on your channel, you're on the road to your journey. So best of luck with that. As always, folks, it has been an absolute pleasure to spend the morning, afternoon, or evening with you. Thank you, Jeremy, as always, for your help in this live stream. If you wanted to, without stealing my catchphrase for once, if you want to sum up this week's live stream, what do you think we've learned?
Well, I think we've learned that being consistent is really important. If we looked at some of these bigger channels like Demonology and some of these other bigger channels with thousands of subscribers, what we found was they had a kick butt thumbnail template, they had a great banner, they had a focus. So their channel was focused on basically one or two things, and their content was good. It was something people wanted to watch.
We've loved you, the vidIQ community, spending time with us today. We apologize if we couldn't get to your channel this week. We hope you learned something regardless if you were not audited. And we will try and take a look at your channel next week. The form is there. We purge it every single week, so make sure to fill it out an hour before the live stream next week. If you enjoyed this video, of course, the algorithmic request here, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to vidIQ if you enjoy this sort of content and want more in the upcoming days and weeks. Enjoy the rest of your video making day, and we'll see you next week. Bye for